Nio here with the last part of Valhalla Goes to War, Town Hall 8 Valkyrie Strategies. And I'm going to start with a classic favorite of mine, Go Viz, which is what we use in Valhalla for golems, Valkyrie, and wizards, so it doesn't get confused with combinations that involve witches more so. You'll see Chad 3-3 here demonstrate its 3-starring power. You initially start a Go Viz off by spreading your golems wide. I would have actually spread my golems a little wider and put a few Valkyrie in the center to tank for my wizards. And I always deploy my wizards to the left and right of my attack zone first. It increases the chance that the Valkyrie will go down the middle instead of being distracted by a side building if you leave a few standing where you want them to go. And you see here, Chad makes his way to the core with some wall breakers and then sends his Valkyrie in behind. Valkyrie are very good at dealing with the core of most bases because most cores are more compact to fit in high priority buildings. And they can damage 2 or 3 buildings at the same time, which basically functions as a times 2 or 3 attack. You throw a rage on top of there, and you'll be surprised at how fast they can take down buildings. At Town Hall 8, Valkyrie are also sufficient tanking units, so they can take damage for your wizards, and their tendency to run between buildings is actually quite helpful in that regard, because they get a little bit ahead of your normal troops in that way. That's why it's good to bring a heal spell as well, because Valkyrie take up 8 housing space, so they're not as efficient as, say, giants with the heal spell. And as a last note there, you'll see there was a P.E.K.K.A. in the clan castle, and that's pretty common for 3-star Town Hall 8 Go Viz attack. And from the classic Go Viz, we're going to move into a new favorite of mine, Hova, which is a term half-ed coin, but I'm growing fond of it. Valkyrie and Hog Riders are an extremely effective combination, and Tess Ted here is going to demonstrate in 2 attacks just how they can basically steamroll through a Town Hall 8 base. And I always like seeing a Town Hall 8 Valkyrie and Hog Rider or Hova attack because a lot of Town Hall 8 players will shy away from using that kind of dark elixir. You should note you don't have to use a golem at Town Hall 8. Golems, however, are very safe. They target defenses and they give you a little extra time to use wizards to clear cluster buildings. If you are effective at using Valkyrie and know their AI, you can deploy them in a way that will get them where you want to. But using golems or giants is much easier. Hova attacks generally start with Allure. Hog Riders get chewed up pretty fast by clan castle troops if left unattended. And at Town Hall 8, generally luring's pretty easy, so I recommend it. Though your Valkyrie can eliminate wizards and things like that in a clan castle fairly easy if you throw a rage and heal on top. As you look there, it's very important if you're going to use Valkyrie and Hog Riders to deploy your Valkyrie first. I've known several players where I've recommended this strategy to them, and they'll deploy their Hog Riders first, let them all die, and then deploy their Valkyrie. Well, that is the exact opposite of what you want to do with this strategy. In fact, you want to try to sniff out giant bombs with your Valkyrie, so if you see spaces and stuff, it's a good place to try to send them in, because your Valkyrie don't have the damage multiplier, so if they eat the big bomb, giant bomb, it's not that big a deal. Plus, both Valkyrie and Hog Riders are very effective with a heal spell underneath. So if the Valkyrie take the brunt of the giant bomb damage and your Hog Riders follow up behind and you heal both of them, you're really not hurting that bad as far as unit damage. And they're Tested, one of our newest Valhalla members, nets the 3-star. And I'm going to go right into a second attack by Tested in the same war. Note that Valhalla is now open 24/7. We're running a small crew in between events. Again, he lures out the dragon, which is a very popular unit to have in these clan wars where you have predominantly Town Hall 8s and 7s. Note how he spreads out his wizards so that the dragon can only take out one at a time. I recommend in these sorts of clan wars bringing out archers and surrounding a dragon, spacing them evenly so that it can only kill one at a time, and then throwing a few wizards in there. Again, he leads with the golem, and golems are just probably the safest way to go about it. Um, you can make the strategy work without, but pathing gets a little more tricky. Um, again, TH8 follows the rule of getting the golem and the Valkyrie in first, and you'll actually see the Valkyrie sniff out 2 giant bombs before the Hog Riders even join the fray. If you watch closely there's the second one. And now once those bombs are triggered, which is actually ideal, the Hog Riders almost come in as a cavalry charge, because your Valkyrie don't do as well if they have to sit around trying to attack walls. And if you time it so that your Hog Riders basically join the fray when your Valkyrie are starting to need to take out walls, they pretty much remove that as a problem for the Valkyrie. And here you see that they pretty well chew through the base. Again, I really like seeing a Town Hall 8 player make use of this strategy, because both at Town Hall 8 and 9, it's a very effective 3-star strategy. And even at Town Hall 10, it's an excellent strategy. I'm not sure if it's 3-star material or not because I don't have maxed heroes, but I frequently use it on crab bases as a Town Hall 10 for solid 2 stars. And there, TH8's going to finish off the Town Hall for another 3-star attack. I'm going to end this video with a Go Vape attack. Um, Go Vape is another strong Valkyrie strategy at Town Hall 8. It particularly shines at Town Hall 8 because Teslas are generally not the first thing players upgrade. So especially if you use one of your clan castle places for a P.E.K.K.A that's a higher level than you. The only thing about Go Vape that I don't like as well as Go Viz is that P.E.K.K.A don't do very well with skeleton traps. But when you include Valkyrie in the strategy, it really offsets that because Valkyrie are very effective at dealing with skeleton traps, often destroying them without much sweat. And you see there, even though there is a dragon in the clan castle, especially if you get that golem ahead and it attracts the attention of the clan castle, all you really need to do to deal with the dragon is throw a rage on and get a few wizards behind, and it won't take long to kill them. And initially, when you're starting to use this strategy, it can be a bit of a scary thing to see a dragon pop out, but once you get a little bit of experience, it's not too tough to handle. GoViz functions quite a bit similar to GoVape. P.E.K.K.A don't have the splash damage, so if a base is a little more spread out, it's generally better to have the P.E.K.K.A. And again, if the Teslas are under upgraded, the P.E.K.K.A will do very well because they don't have that defense doing ×2 damage to them. But this is also very good strategy for Town Hall 8 players. Go Viz, Hova, and Go Vape are all strong strategies for a Town Hall 8 player to incorporate in their war strategy.